Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of the Weekly Savage. The year is 2021 and I guess this is how Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome begins, and America has thoroughly entertained. Encouraged by Donald Trump at a rally earlier during the day, right-wing protesters terrorists stormed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., attempting to stop the mostly ceremonial counting of the Electoral College votes. The riot resulted in the death of 4 protesters. One even killed himself by stunning himself with his own stun gun and getting a heart attack. You know, this proves that stupid can definitely be fatal. The whole time I'm here thinking, only 4? These people attacked the Capitol building, the police, and the country's lawmakers. It's as if the police and the National Guard were able to show restraint when people are trying to overturn a legitimate election result. But peaceful marching to protest the killing and brutality of its unarmed citizens cannot be tolerated. I guess America is finally great again. As a result of his role in inciting his supporters to breach the Capitol building, many social media sites have banned President Trump for life. But seriously, blocking Trump from social media now is like your girl deleting the last angry message in WhatsApp where she says Marlon is the best she's ever had. I already saw the message, Deidre. The damage is done, I'm hurt. Anyway, it's 4 years too late, Zuckerberg. You should have blocked Trump and Putin a long time ago. Without Facebook and Twitter, the Donald has only one option to reach his supporters, his OnlyFans page. But if you ask me, it's the only one he needs. The silver lining in this is that many of Trump's diehard supporters in the Senate and Congress have finally distanced themselves from their leader, like a woman finally finding the courage to leave her husband now that he's about to lose his job. Oh, what? So if he was going to be president still, you would still be in love, huh? Anyway, we'll have to get back to the US because we have more pressing issues. Closer to home, Trevor Young, former candidate for St. John's Rural East, has tendered his resignation to the party in a scripture-laden letter. Mr. Young quoted Job 32:17-20 and Austin 3:16. We here at the Weekly Savage had poured through the letter to find any new information to explain this exodus from the main opposition. So let's see. UPP leadership in denial? Well, that's not new. A lot of candidates believe the party cannot win with Lovell. That's not new either. Richard Lewis got cheated out of leadership. I think that's common knowledge. UPP leadership can't be trusted. Nope, there's nothing really new in this letter. If you throw in the words self-serving and incompetent, you can pretty much copy and paste what everyone has been saying. Now I have to address something. In his breakup letter, Trevor said that the UPP was cut from the same cloth as the ALP. Now Trevor, you're damn forward. Bad. ABLP may have their faults. The party has 99 problems. But out of touch, completely self-serving and self-sabotaging leadership ain't one. As a complete shock to everyone in the entire universe, the Royal Antigua and Barbuda Police has announced a reduction in the crime number for 2020. To which the Weekly Savage replies, "You want a medal?" Why would you even bother to announce that? Did you also announce the unexplainable spike in curfew breaking crimes? Her Royal Highness, the Queen Elizabeth, and His Royal Highness, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, were both injected with the COVID-19 vaccine. There was some resistance by the Queen, but the step was necessary because their ages, 94 and 99, puts them in the high-risk bracket. The Queen was quoted as saying, "If the Black Plague didn't kill me, then COVID would not." Can someone confirm for me that Prince Philip is actually still alive? Because that man looks like he passed away a long time ago. And this picture is not real proof. Here's a picture of the Queen after being vaccinated. It's not related to the vaccine at all. Speaking of colonizers, reports are that Trumpy is now hiding in the White House and freaking out that he may be impeached once again and go down in history as the worst American president ever. And that's hard to do because America has had some doozies. But Trump, this is your fault. Just because you continuously repeat a lie does not make it the truth. I've been claiming I have hair all week and still nothing. You did not win the election. No one stole it from you. Pence can't help. And Stacey Abrams will forever be in your dreams. How can you be so wrong and strong about everything? We'll be right back. America, please get your act together. Your actions affect the entire world. And let's be fair.
Guten Tag. I am taking over your little show with your little skits and your ridiculous news program. Who is this guy, Carl Christopher, anyway? He looks like a fat black Gandhi. You may recognize me from the parliament, the news, a few choice comments on the internet. But you may not recognize me without him. I am Gaston. Not Gaston. Not Gaston. Not Glaston, as you like to say. I am the official mustache of your Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Alfonso Brown. I would just like to clarify a few things about the relationship between me and your Honorable Prime Minister. I would just like you all to know that I am the true leader. I am the brains of this outfit. I am the world boss, El Capitan. The finest of all facial hair. The major of all flavor savers. I am the head mustache in charge. Don't get me wrong. Gaston speaks well, he looks good in a suit, and can even change his pants in public in style. But without me, he is nothing! Nothing, I say, nothing! You remember him with the goatee? Neither do I! Why? Because before me, he was nothing! Nothing! Tell me, do you ever see him go anywhere without me? Would you even recognize him without me? He would look like that guy, that guy from the place. That guy that he did nothing! Nothing without me, nothing! I balanced the budget. I paid the IMF. I told the other Caribbean leaders that they were weak-minded for meeting with Trump. Weak! Speaking of Trump, I know his hairpiece personally. Nice guy. Smells a little like vodka and pedo. Trump never listened to him. Anyway, running for leader? That was me. Marrying Maria? That was me. He was going bald? I told him go with it. All the attention is on me anyway. Do you ever look anywhere else when you see him on the screen? Or on a billboard? No! You look at me! Ebony and shiny. Shimmering like polished black opal. Admit it, you love me, huh? You cannot take your eyes off of me. I see you politicians trying to get into the mustache game, huh? I laugh at your efforts. Ha! Look at this! Look at this! It looks like his nose hairs have feet. Sad. Very sad. One more thing. If anybody else compares me to Hitler's mustache, huh? You shall feel my wrath! You shall... No, it's okay. It's okay. A little emotional. Just don't do it anymore, okay? No more of that. Anyway, I just want you all to know that I deserve the credit. I deserve your allegiance. I am your spice in paradise, huh? That's all. You can have back your puny little show. Gaston, out.
Tonight, we were going to tackle Caribbean unity. However, we realized that even locally, we are light years away from the possibility. Looking at all the married men in Spanish bars, you wouldn't think Antigua has a problem with xenophobia. But you would if you asked their wives. Xenophobia in Antigua goes back generations. I mean, how many of us have heard the phrase, "Yo bangwata comya"? When Donald Trump had his negative comments about Mexicans, many of us shook our head and said, "Racist America again." But how many of us think the same way about Jamaicans, for example? How many of us ignore all the positives Jamaicans have brought here? Doctors, lawyers, teachers, masons, strippers, hairstylists, go-go dancers, cooks, journalists, and of course, more go-go dancers. We take the most newsworthy persons and judge an entire nationality. I've seen people look down on Spanish workers and disparage their intelligence because they speak another language. We have also heard the story of an Antiguan Karen vexed because a Mideastern man spoke his own language in his own store. First of all, those people are smart enough to be bilingual. And I'm not sure what the numbers are, but we don't have a lot of people in Antigua who are bi. I stand corrected. It seems there are a lot of people in Antigua who are bi, both male and female. Well, it goes to show that we are not that different. Wherever you find people gathered, whether Chinese, Syrian, or Caribbean, there's always two people cussing, one instigator and one watching on laughing. Every single time. They become Antiguanized quickly. It only takes about 3 months before the average immigrant starts driving like an idiot, and you can't get more Antiguan than that. In fact, the immigration department should have a driving test, and if you pass, you get deported because you're clearly not one of us. There's a slight difference though. I may be wrong, but if you leave the familiarity of your home to come to a foreign land to make a better life for yourself and your family, you are brave and already a hero. Humans are a migratory species. We started as hunter-gatherers in Africa and kept moving until we traveled the entire planet, wrecking everything. The animals must really hate when we show up with our loud music and different language. I have two huge problems with Antiguan xenophobia. The first is the pure hypocrisy of it. The population of the Kalinago people is about 4,000. That's 0.0009% of the Caribbean population. If you are not a part of that 0.0009%, some family member of yours bang water come here. But let's look at our relative recent history. Antiguans migrate. Raise your hand if you don't have a family member in New York. And I don't mean America, I mean just New York. Specifically the Bronx. I like pack up in the Bronx, I don't know for what. We were in the DR before they came here. That's the Dominican Republic. Many of our Spanish-speaking family are actually that. They have Antiguans in their family tree. Antiguan men migrated to the DR early in the previous century to cut cane and share cane. And you know, we go on. As soon as work done, we head straight to the Spanish bar. We're in every region around the world. I'm willing to bet there is an Antiguan in Antarctica right now trying to teach a penguin how to wink up. And the immigrants we have here are just as varied as the one we send. Some do well, and some get deported. They come in all shapes and sizes, but with one common goal: to improve their lives. Another man might just want to finally have an indoor toilet. He gets a job and rents a small house with an indoor toilet. He wakes up every day and like a king. The other problem is people are not aware of the benefits that immigrants or immigration brings to our country. According to bushcenter.org, you might be wondering what the hell is Bush Center, but it's worse than you think. Immigration fuels the economy. When immigrants enter the labor force, they increase the productive capacity of the economy and raise GDP. Their incomes rise, but so do those of the natives. It's a phenomenon dubbed the immigration surplus. Bushcenter.org is George Bush's website. Yes, a conservative preaching the benefits of immigration. That's like a feminist putting aside their wokeness to watch Bridgerton. Those coming in tend to fill roles currently not filled by locals and also increase productivity by increasing competition and introducing new methods. When Chinese restaurants buy raw materials together in bulk, it keeps the cost of Chinese food down. And imagine the kinds of health problems we would have without them. In the long run, immigrants replace the people who have left and can help provide the numbers that we need to create the economic powerhouse we desire. They are not foreigners, they are Antiguan of other birth. Once you live here, you are Antiguan. You share common experience. We are all in the same fete. We are all whining to the same soca. We are all whining to the same soca. Trademark. We need to see ourselves as one country because our economic survivals are as entangled as... Which brings me to a letter we discussed earlier. Forever Young, aka Trevor, wrote in his letter that the chairman of the party, Giselle Isaac, a woman loved dearly, but only by people who have never met her, blamed the foreigners for their loss in the general elections. This clearly shows the first problem and the disconnect. You didn't lose because of foreigners, you lost because the majority of the electorate does not trust you. The foreigners didn't misuse your candidates. The foreigners didn't create your record or put your leadership in a bubble. And foreigners didn't drag you to protest against the UE5 Island campus. We'll be right back. We seem to have some technical difficulties, but we're going to try this again. America, please get your act together. Your actions affect the entire world. And let's be fair. If this was some other country, you would have done reach over there. So be careful that some other superpower don't feel the need to come and free your people and show them peace, prosperity, and democracy. Because they're literally trying to overturn illegitimate elections. And white people, I know you're privileged and whatever, but are you going to commit this crime and live stream and tweet what you're going to do before you do it and run around on camera? They're going to find you and they're going to lock you up. Now, you USPS workers, I saw some of you in DC, and I want my damn package. Get it together. And Amerijet, I know y'all have a million excuses as to why you can't fly in this week. talking about, well, they invade the capital, so can't go Antigua from Florida. Caribbean nationals, especially you first generation Caribbeans, I know y'all plan to move back here after all of this, but before you get that CARICOM passport, you're gonna have to take a Caribbean accent exam. And if you don't pass, you're gonna have to stay in the Bronx. Sorry, if you can't convince us, you will have to stay. This is our third episode. I hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, I don't really give a